Hi there, so this is a quick video to show you how to get set up with Deepscope Ultrasound Simulator for teaching in a new room. The idea is that this is the only video that you need to get set up for teaching. So the first thing we're going to cover is the kind of basic controls of Oculus. So the most important button is this little O button on the right face. You can see it here. If you click that, that will always bring up a menu. So if you need to like change Wi-Fi settings or anything like that, or bring up the Deepscope Medical app, then you can use that. You hold the controllers with your index fingers over these triggers, you can see, and you use those to fire. So we would fire at the Deepscope app if we were going to bring it up. So we're not going to bring it up yet. So yeah, those triggers are useful. When you go into a new room with Deepscope, or if like anything gets messed up, you're going to want to press this B button and this Y button. These are the two top buttons on the face. So you're going to usually put those over a mannequin or over a person, and you're going to click them at the same time just to reset everything. Then if you want to move, like fine tune the position of the mannequin, you're going to click this top trigger here and the grip trigger at the same time. Hold them both down at the same time. You can see I'm holding them down, and then you're going to move, let go, move, let go, move, let go, and usually you'll be kind of iteratively getting the mannequin, the virtual mannequin, into the right place with the real mannequin until it's like really matched up. You're going to see that your ultrasound probe, the head is coming out of this part of the controller, this little bit. So that's going to be the head of your ultrasound probe, unless you've got an attachment. In which case, you want to move the mannequin into place, check whether the surface of the skin is roughly where the ultrasound head is. Keep moving until you get into a good position, so that it feels like when you get this haptic feedback of pressing down on the skin. Same thing with the screens. You'll have a laser pointer coming out of here. You'll see in a second. But if you point at a screen, you can click, and press and hold the index and the grip triggers together, and you can move the screens around. On the left-hand side, the joystick scales up and down the screens. On the right-hand side, it scales up and down the mannequin. That can be useful, particularly depending on the size of your mannequin, but also if you've got a pediatric setting or something, you can scale it down for pediatric teaching. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to press this O button. Oh, and one other button is the equivalent on the left-hand controller of the O button, is a kind of Deepscope special button. You can use that to bring up a special menu for you as an instructor, and that's kind of useful for switching on. You can switch on something, for example, a student mode, which hides all of the screens for the students, so they don't know what pathology they're looking at, and so they don't see all of the screens, and it's not too hectic for them. So we're going to get started. We're going to open Deepscope. We're going to click this O button in front of us here. So I've clicked that, and then you just look for the D, Deepscope Medical, and we're going to bring it up. So you will have received a login, and you can see that you only enter it once, and then it'll remember it from then on. So just log in. You're going to need Wi-Fi to log in. So we've got our mannequin in here. You can see that I get the ultrasound screen up here in front of me, and I get a kind of virtual anatomy around here. So, but we're going to imagine we're in a new room. So we're just going to chuck that into completely the wrong place. And let's say we've got a real mannequin right here, like a CPR mannequin or a person or something. So the best way to get started is just put both controllers roughly over the top of that thing, and click those top two buttons I said, B and Y. Click those just really quickly, and that roughly puts everything in the right place. Next, we're going to we're going to fine tune where the mannequin is so that they really match up. So I'm going to put it right on this table. recordings of yourself. And at the moment, you can do that with the simulation, and in the future, you're going to be able to do that with real ultrasound and stream real ultrasound into those recordings. And I'll just quickly show you how to create those recordings because they're super useful for teaching, because students can play them back. I'll just do that now. So you're going to click, there's this screen above, which is going to be, this is going to be recorder. And you're going to click recorder, and then you're going to add a playlist. So you can have as many playlists as you like, but let's say we're going to make an echo playlist. So you click on the name, echo, add playlist, and then you're going to click on it, echo, and then there's really only one button, which is record tutorial. When I click that, it's going to remember what anatomy kind of we're on. It's going to record my voice, my probe movement in space, and like everything I point out on the screen, all at the same time. And then it's going to allow us to play that back. So we're gonna like record a tutorial just to show you. But what we're going to do is I'm going to click record. I'm going to move my probe to a parasternal long axis view. I'm going to turn on slicing mode, and I'm going to kind of point out the different valves that we've got. And then we're going to click save. It's going to take a bit of time to kind of process because that's how it works. And then the student is going to be able to play that back, and they'll see my probe and they'll be able to move to where my probe is. And you can create your own tutorials just like this so that your students can follow along with you as if you were really there at the same time. And you can share these between headsets so you can get all of your students following along with you. So let's do it. So click record, and we're going to move our probe to a kind of parasternal long axis view. And then we're going to slice through it, and then we're going to show this is the aortic valve, this is the aortic valve, and this is the mitral valve. This is the mitral valve. We're going to change our depth so that it's a bit easier. The mitral valve there. Okay, that's great. So that was a 30-second one, super quick. And we're going to say valves. If you're pushing them to other headsets, you can click save and upload. I'm just going to click save here. And when you click save, you can see the thing playing back in front of you because it kind of needs to do that to be able to create this recording. And you can see that it's remembered exactly where the positions of the probe were, and it's kind of showing kind of everything that we just did. It takes a bit of time to record these because it's doing a lot of processing, but you'll see once it's ready, it's going to be super useful for your students. The idea behind this is it can be like a self-directed tutorial. So if I'm done with that, I'm going to click X. You can record as many tutorials inside of Echo as you like. You might have to kind of 10 inside of that playlist. So we're going to click on recordings, echo, we've got that here, valves, we just made this. I'm going to click play. So when I click play, you're going to see, so click record, and we're going to move, I'll stop for a second. When I click play, you're going to see this orange probe, which is the one we've recorded. And as a student, I can actually like put my probe over yours and get the same experience. So click record, and we're going to move our probe to a kind of parasternal long axis view. And then we're going to slice through it, and then we're going to show this is the aortic valve, this is the aortic valve, and this is the mitral valve. This is the mitral valve. We're going to change our depth so that it's a bit easier. The mitral valve there. Okay, that's great. So that's how to record and play back these tutorials. If you want to switch on student mode, you can toggle on student mode, and that switches off all the screens, and all you can see is this this playlist. So all they have to do is click play, and they can cycle through all of your tutorials. And we're going to move our probe to a kind of parasternal long axis view. And then we're going to slice through it, and then we're going to show this is the aortic valve, this is the aortic valve, and this. So that is a quick demo of how to get set up with Deepscope and to start teaching in 2 modes, either casting or using these recordings, and into how to set up in a new room, so that with a mannequin. We'd love to hear what you do with it, and any feedback or any bugs or any issues. Please do let us know. Thank you very much.